Okay, welcome everybody. This is the February 2023 meeting of our Glendale Coin Club. I want to thank everyone for coming out to the meeting tonight. Thank everybody watching at home on YouTube. Really appreciate you guys all being part of the club, whether you're here or there or here or wherever we are. I think we should start off the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you guys can stand and join me for that. Thank you very much. Don, you want to give us a start?
Absolutely.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, thank you. All right, what do we got here? That's all that. I don't know what that is across my screen there. Oh, that's something blocking in the camera there. There we go. Anyway, that's fine. All right, so Don's over here still selling raffle tickets if you want to get tickets for our raffle. He also has 50-50 drawing tickets if you want to participate in that. We'll hold off on doing the first prize until everybody gets the tickets they want. We don't want anybody feeling like they didn't have a chance to buy tickets or anything. So we'll go right into our announcements. We just had the Long Beach Coin Expo, and I know I saw a lot of people there, so it was a pretty fun show, and glad to always see a lot of club members around the show, and seemed to be a pretty well attended. They put out a press release after the show saying they had over 7,000 people there over the 3 days, or really 4 days, including dealer day, which is way more than they've had in prior shows. I don't know how far back they're counting that, because I know way back when they used to have a lot.
Probably at least 3 years.
Yeah, at least in the last few years, right? Yeah.
2 years, 0.
Exactly. Yeah, there was 0 attendance for a couple of years. Sure. So it's good to see everybody there. The next Long Beach show will be in June, if you guys want to do another one of those. We have a show coming up in Van Nuys March 26th for Glendale Coin Club. It was going to be a joint show with the Verdugo Hills Coin Club, but they decided to say goodbye. So we did have postcards printed up with the information. We got tons of these, so if you have anywhere you can take these or other clubs, we got tons of postcards. Make sure you grab those. We're going to be mailing those out as well. If anybody needs a table, I got Bourse apps. Let me know on that. Brian Druin here is going to be running the youth auction there, and I'm going to have to get in touch with him to get a little bit more detail on that, and so I can make sure I pass along the right information. Unless you have something you want to say.
I still haven't made an updated listing with this year's date on it, but I prepared everything for 2020, and it's still ready.
Perfect.
The problem I have with these.
Put the information there on the. Probably have with what?
No, I put these in my, in the lobby where my mailbox is. Right away they say Glendale, and I said, no, I'm going to Glendale.
Yeah.
If you put Van Nuys Coin Show, sponsored.
Kind of like Richard does on his.
But sponsored by, yeah.
Yeah, probably should. I mean, back here we put the information on there, but it's not quite as big. You're right.
And this is the side you see up first. So
fair enough. Fair enough. Other show coming up. There's an A&A show in Phoenix, March 2nd through the 4th. So I don't know if you guys, anybody else is planning on going out to that. I talked to a few people and said they might go out to that. It's just always nice when they have an A&A show. Then this isn't the World's Fair of Money like they had in Anaheim back in 2016. This is the National Money Show. So you won't have all the world mints and things there, but if you feel like making a day trip or two out to Phoenix, I'd recommend checking it out. Other upcoming shows, I know there's a show in Van Nuys on February 12th. So
that's this Sunday.
Coming right up this Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday. Here's the information on that right there.
Oh, good, you got one flyer.
So that's there. Any other announcements on that one, Richard? Or
10 to 4, we have raffle prizes all day long, and yeah, it should be really good. We sold out on the tables. We have a waiting list for the tables, and the other thing is we beefed up our security.
Yeah,
we've got big security now, and another thing is yeah, I've got some new dealers that people have not seen in a long time. So.
Is it at the Masonic place?
Mason's Lodge, yes, same place as
Van Nuys Masonic Lodge, 14750 Sherman Way.
10 to 4.
10 to 4. And it says here hourly drawings and plenty of free parking. And you got to pay admission to get in now, and prefer cash, but if you write a check or anything like that, you can ask for a receipt, I guess, right?
Only if you're a dealer.
Only dealers, okay. Other than that, the other shows coming up, I know there's a show in Buena Park that a lot of us do, March 11th and 12th. That's a pretty good show if you want to check that one out. Anybody else have any other announcements? Anyone? No? Okay. Don, are we ready to do a first prize there and then 50-50 prize? Yep. We can do one of each, since we didn't have anyone passing out attendance tickets.
50-50 is $35. We get $70.
So 35 goes to the club, 35 to the winner of this right here. It's a blue ticket if you bought them.
$100,469.
Oh,
Almost.
I win again.
We have a winner.
Thanks.
Congratulations. Thanks again to everyone who participates in that, because that helps the club get a few bucks to cover some of our expenses. That's awesome. And Don, you want to draw one of the other tickets for the first prize? Muscle Shell Van Nuys does have an airport. There is an airport in Van Nuys.
Yes, if you're.
But I don't know if you want to fly into the
You're
Van
on a
Nuys show.
two-seater.
It's a smaller airport.
It's
Yes.
very small. Yeah. All right. 672-144. 72144.
And we have a winner. And that was for the Mexican peso?
Yep.
All right.
You want to sign right here?
All right, great. So other than that, we'll do a quick treasurer's report. Right now we have coin inventory of 2,571. We have 6,455 and 85 cents in our checking account. We have a separate show checking account with $1,068.31. Before the meeting, we had cash on hand of 603 and show deposits of $200, and that's a total assets of $10,898.16. So great. You want to go out to dinner? Is that what you said? We could go out to a nice dinner for that, probably. A couple of them, but we're not going to do that.
We can just go to Vegas. Go to
We can have we'll have a
get
board
that
meeting.
Salt Bay guy.
Yeah, we'll have a board meeting to see what we're going to do with that. So there we go. All right, I guess we'll go into our program. We got our guest speaker tonight. His name is Jim Phillips. I'm going to bring his screen up there. You're not going to see him there. He's in a very dark room right now. And Jim, how you doing?
Good. You guys hear me okay?
I hear you great. And then I'll put once we get your presentation started, I'll put you on the speaker there so people in the room can hear a little better.
All right.
But if I do that now, it'll echo weird. But no, yeah, you're going to be doing a presentation. It's called "The Story of a Challenge Coin and the Red Bull Stratos Project." And yeah, sounds good. So anything else you want to do to introduce yourself, you can do that. Otherwise, we can connect to you and get you going.
All righty. Can you see the screen yet?
I do not see you sharing anything yet.
All right. Hang on. I will exit out of here and see what we got. Okay.
So yeah, at the bottom there's going to be a present thing. Then you'll see some screens pop up and what you want to share.
Right. And I just
Must
clicked
be a
on the
share
entire
button.
screen and it does not share.
So when you click on entire screen, it'll show a little picture of your screen. You need to actually click on that little picture of your screen too.
Ah, okay. Ah, got it there. And then it says share. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. And now we are now we're sharing. See exactly what you're
Okay.
seeing there.
All
So,
right. So
perfect. And I can make you full screen here whenever you're ready, and it's all you.
okay, so first thing that I explain is the reason you can't see me is because I live about 15 miles south of Hemet, and I live in the bottom of a valley. And so I have satellite for internet service, which has a lag time of about 5 to 6 seconds, which makes it impossible to do YouTube and Zoom or any other thing like that. All right, because you need constant service to do that. So right now, what I am doing is I have a laptop and my phone, and I have driven up to the top of the mountain by my house, and I turn on the hotspot on my phone, get cell service, and that's how I get online. So that's why you can't see me, because it's dark at the top of the mountain right at the moment, and there's no way to see me. All right. The next thing that I bring up is the Red Bull Stratos project is a project about the challenges of setting the world free fall record and the challenge coins that go along with it. And this is kind of a different type of lecture. It's not very coin oriented. I'll grant you that, but it is entertaining. The kids love it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to take in
right at the bottom of your screen. There's a thing that says StreamYard sharing your screen. If you want to click hide there, it won't be the whole thing.
Oh, okay. All righty.
Perfect.
Actually,
just click hide on that
work.
little.
Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go. And I will bring up the video. Yeah, there we go. All right. And the volume is a little low on this, but it's mostly what the video itself is. So if you can't hear it, don't worry, it turns up here in a little bit. This explains it a whole lot better than what than me trying to explain it to you.
Do you read me, Felix? Activate suit and chest.
Coming right up on the 105. It was blocking the express.
The transport cameras are on. I can see the red lights. Felix, disconnect the oxygen hose. Roger. Okay, Joe, I'm ready. There it is. There's the world out there. Release seatbelt. All right, stand up on the exterior step. Keep your head down, and our guardian angel will take care of you. Release the helmet tie-down strap.
Release the tree. What I can see. Sometimes you have to get up really high. The smaller you are. I'm going home now.
See if you can get a respiratory count. 46. Been falling 25 seconds. Speed 600 miles per hour. 650 miles per hour. Speed 700. David, you calling me? Can anybody just sing? 1 minute. 1 minute free fall.
Crazy. I have been following speed for a long time. Sounds like I just half out.
Showing Felix in a stable descent. 1 minute, 30 seconds. And stable as a rock. David in the free fall.
Hold on.
Felix, you're really stable. You fall in 3.5 minutes. Four minutes free fall.
Pulling my back.
We had a good shoot on Felix at 8,000 feet.
Alright. That was really tough.
Felix, we're so proud of you. You did absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I couldn't have done any better myself. Feel that go. And Felix is over safely. New world record holder.
Okay, so the record that Felix broke there was the man that was on the microphone, Joe Kittinger. All right. In the 60s, all right, Joe Kittinger was sponsored by the Air Force to attempt high altitude parachute jumps in an effort for the space program to see if we could figure out a way to get astronauts home, if they had to eject from the capsule or anything like that. It didn't work out real well, but he did make make 3 jumps. All right. You'll notice here, this is Kittinger standing in the front of his balloon, 16 August 1960. The little sign at the bottom right there says this is the highest step in the world. And Kittinger went to 102,800 feet and jumped out. All right. On his previous jump, his 3rd jump, he went to 79,000 feet, and they discovered that he was, like you saw with Felix Baumgartner, because of the thin air, he was unable to control himself, and he rolled on his back and was spinning just like Felix was. All right. So for Kittinger's jump, you'll notice that they've got a red toolbox strapped to his rear end. There's actually a small drag chute that's in there that held him stable. So even though he has the highest free fall or highest parachute jump, he did not hold the record, or he did hold the record at the time for the highest free fall jump, which was 79,000 feet, highest parachute jump of 102,000 feet, because he had what's called a drogue. A drogue slows you down in free fall, and the Federation Aeronautic International doesn't recognize the fact that you were in true free fall if you have a drogue, okay, which makes a big difference, and I'll show you in a minute. All right, to give you an idea how dangerous this stuff is, 2 years after Kittinger did his parachute jump from 102,800 feet, this man, Nick Piantanita, decided to give it a shot himself on a budget. He was a New Jersey truck driver, and he purchased a couple of surplus spacesuits from NASA that were online, or that was available at the time, right? Which is why they're orange, all right? And it has a picture of him here. This is basically what he did. He just built himself an open gondola with an oxygen system, a seat in it, and a balloon, and he took off, all right? The first time that he jumped, he got to 16,000 feet, and a wind shear destroyed the balloon. He had to jump out, and he landed in the city dump, which caused him a whole lot of bad publicity. The second time that he went up, which is from this jump, or from that jump, he actually got to 123,000 feet, and he stood up, went to exit the gondola, and discovered that he could not disconnect the oxygen hose from the gondola that was connected to his suit, keeping him pressurized. And if he had jumped from the gondola, he would have decompressed and probably would have been killed. So they actually had to release the gondola that he's sitting in there, and it had its own parachutes on it for recovery, and he actually had to ride the gondola down rather than jump out. So he wasn't successful. On his 3rd attempt, he got to about 57,000 feet. Remember, he was using cheap surplus pressure suits, spacesuits, and the faceplate collapsed, and he instantly decompressed at 57,000 feet. And he screamed. His ground crew cut the gondola away from the balloon, just like they did on the second jump. And but by the time they found him on the ground, since they didn't have GPS or anything like that, it took an hour or so to get to him, and he was brain dead. He lingered for 3 months and finally expired. Right. So that gives you an idea how hard it is and how difficult it is. Anything above the 26,000 feet requires oxygen. Anything above 41,000 feet requires pressurized facial oxygen, and anything above 41,000 feet, or anything above about 50,000 feet, would require a full pressure suit. Okay, so so it's very dangerous to do. All right, so what does that have to do with coins? All right, well, the Red Bull Stratos project made a coin. This is the first one, the 4 of them. They made one for each jump that Baumgartner made as practice jumps. All right, and then they also designed that first one right there. I'll move on here. And the Red Bull Stratos was the people that actually put up the money, but they did not have anything to do with producing the challenge coins that you just saw. All right, Sage Cheshire, which is the logo on the right-hand side, did do all of the coins. and that is their logo is on the back of each of the coins, all designed like that. The logo with that grinning cat is actually from Alice in Wonderland, which is their logo, and they are actually up at their company is up in Lancaster. Okay, this is the first coin that was made. As you can tell, it's fairly crude, rudimentary, and just basically a picture. These were given away as souvenirs to sponsors. That they had to raise quite a bit of money to do this thing. I think between $3 and $5 million was the total cost for the project. The back of all of these coins are all the same. They look just like that. Committed to Excellence, sagecheshire.com, and Sage Cheshire's logo, just like that. The first three coins are 1.5 inches, and the last one that I'll show you, the completed mission coin, is a 2-inch coin. I'll show you that also. Okay, so 3 live jumps were made as part of the project, and each one had its own separate challenge coin made. The first attempt at a live jump was kind of silly. They were sitting there monitoring the winds, which were very high at the time, and the balloon blew away in the wind. So that was about a $500,000 mistake. Those balloons are very expensive. So they were down to now 1 practice jump and then 1 live jump. So the next jump that they attempted is this one right here, actually the 2 practice jumps rather in a live one. So this is the first man jump that they did. All right. And the coin from it. All right. You can see on there, Joe Kittinger, Felix Baumgartner, Bill Weaver is at the bottom, and Eugene Andreev. All right. When I first, and the altitude for the jump, these were produced after the jump. So it's 71,581 feet on March 15th, 2012. Now, when I first saw this coin, the only I obviously knew who Joe Kittinger was. All right. And I knew who Felix Baumgartner was, but I thought that Eugene Andreev and Bill Weaver were likely just techs from Sage Cheshire, and maybe they designed the capsule or the balloon or the suit or something along that line, but they are not. All right, these all 4 are men that were that have been likely to have been supersonic in free fall. All right, it's possible that Joe Kittinger was supersonic for less than a second. You have to exit from above 80,000 feet without a drogue to reach full velocity, and he only got 79,000 feet, but he was on his back spinning, so he may have reached supersonic, which is why he's on this coin. All right, but the other name, but the first name, or the other name, Eugene Andreev, that's an Americanized version for a Russian cosmonaut named Yevgeny Nikolaevich Andreev. All right, and he was the actual holder of the highest free fall jump at the time for almost 40 years. He did this 2 years after Kittinger did his jump, but because he did it without a drogue, he had the highest free fall jump, whereas Kittinger held the record for the highest parachute jump. He was that's his capsule on the right hand side there, and this is a picture of him wearing the Order of the Soviet Union, which is their equivalent of the Medal of Honor. All right, he's virtually unknown in the United States. We were at the height of the Cold War at the time. It was 1963 when he did that, and he was very much downplayed in the U.S. and is unknown here in the U.S. I didn't even know about it until I saw his name on that coin and had to Google and do research about it to find out. All right. And of course, he went to 80,380 feet, which was just high enough for him to achieve supersonic speed. The other name that was on there, all right, this is a picture of what a drogue looks like, what Kittinger jumped with, all right, which is why he does not hold or at the time, he did not hold the highest free fall record. Okay, the other man on here, Bill Weaver. Bill Weaver was a U.S. Air Force pilot, test pilot, and he was a test pilot for the SR-71. And basically him and his, you'll see him right there. That's a 2-seat SR-71, which is very unusual. There wasn't many of them made. And they were doing a test where they had introduced a small air inlet that would drive air into the engine and make it much more efficient and faster. And so he took it up, was doing about 3.18 Mach, and they opened the little door to find out, whether it would work. And it worked spectacularly because it rammed air so hard into the aircraft engine that the engine exploded. and tore the wing off, and the aircraft went into a full spin at Mach 3. Both the Bill Weaver and his navigator were both knocked unconscious. Bill Weaver and the aircraft spun around them, and he was actually ejected from the aircraft rather than ejecting. And so he woke up. He was in free fall. The face visor of his helmet was totally frosted over, and he had no idea where he was at or what he was doing. He just felt like he was falling. And as he was clawing, trying to find the ripcord to pull his parachute, the automatic opener actually operated for him and opened the parachute. He was able to open his helmet, and he saw his navigator about 2 miles away, also under parachute, but the navigator was killed in the violence of the ejection. So he is also one of the few guys to actually be in free fall at supersonic speed, somewhere around Mach 3. He did write a book about his adventures, with the SR-71, and it's really a good read. But that's why he is on the coin. All right, so the second jump. All right, okay. So I'm not sure why, in particular, why they put these names on the coin, but that's conjecture on my part that it was because they were achieved supersonic. Okay, so this is the second manned flight on 25 July 2012. All right, fairly plain coin. This is a coin that I do not have. It appeared that at some point after that first jump, the capsule was destroyed, because the way I got a picture of this was the man that actually did the welding of the frame of the capsule was a specialized TIG welder who does motorcycle pipes. And I found him discovered him online. He had advertised that, because he was such a fantastic welder, and doing motorcycle pipes and that sort of thing. And his advertisement was that he had welded the frame for the Red Bull Stratos project. And they gave him this challenge coin afterward as a token of their appreciation. You'll notice on there that it's fairly plain. It just has Red Bull Stratos, Felix Baumgartner's name, and the height that he exited from, 97,145 feet, which is just 5,000 feet under Kittinger's record. Now, there was talk at the time that said that he had was losing balloon pressure, which, considering that he, from the records that I was able to see, it was an hour and a half. It was only an hour and a half flight, so that balloon was rocketing up. It wasn't even a challenge there. So I think because this was a test flight, they did not have any press. They didn't have any of the families or anything like that. So they didn't want to actually break the record, because they wanted all of the press from it and a way to make money on the deal. So he got out early at 97,000 feet, and he did not experience any kind of stability problems with this one. He was flat and stable the entire time. And so they thought everything was good to go. All right. Let's see here. All right. This is the coin that everybody wants. This is a 2-inch coin, and this is the completed mission coin. All right. The Red Bull Stratos project, Felix Baumgartner, and all of the data that's on here. Now, Felix Baumgartner made his jump and went supersonic without a parachute, without the use of a vehicle, rather. I'm sorry. And on the same day, same anniversary that Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier in the Bell X-1. All right, that's what it shows right there. October 14th, 1947, when Chuck Yeager did it, and October 14th, 2012, when Felix Baumgartner did it. All right, it was the manned balloon flight number 3. And the statistics right there show how fast he went, Mach 1.24, and he exited at 127,950 feet on October 14th, 2012. And the reference that's interesting is right below him, or right below the picture of him. It says "Boom Boom Baby." All right, actually the speed of sound, all right, which is supersonic, changes with air density. So when he exited the balloon, he broke the speed of sound, continued falling, all right, to a level where he was not at the speed of sound anymore, and then continued to accelerate and broke the speed of sound a second time. That's what they mean by "boom, boom, baby." They were able to actually hear sonic booms on the ground from him jumping. So that's what the challenge coin refers to, all right? And, all right, so After completing the jump, Felix Baumgartner held the following 3 records. Exit altitude at 24.215 miles or 127,000 feet, maximum vertical speed of 843 miles an hour, and a vertical distance of free fall without a drogue of 119,000 feet, all right, before pulling a parachute. Now, let's see. This is the reason that I got into this lecture. All right. Yeah. Obviously, if you haven't figured out by now, I'm an avid skydiving instructor. I have retired from instructing, but I'm still a current skydiver. I make about 150 jumps a year. So that's what got me into this. And at the time, the picture on the left, that's a tandem parachute jump. The man that actually designed the capsule and the balloon and all of that, the technical director for Sage Cheshire, who is this man right here, all right, he had never made a parachute jump at all, all right, but he had designed all of the equipment, and about 2 years after the Felix Baumgartner set the record and was successful, he came out where I was working. I was working as a skydiving instructor at Paris Valley Skydiving, and I took him on a tandem parachute jump, his very first one. All right. Now, I don't have any pictures of him simply because, or of us in free fall or anything like that, simply because Sage Cheshire does a lot of work with the military, and a lot of the stuff that he does is classified. And so he is banned from engaging any high risk sports. All right. So he was taking a big risk in going with me on a tandem. And so I wasn't allowed any camera work. I didn't get any pictures. This picture, however, was 2 years after I had taken him, and he consented to let me take a picture. That's me on the right-hand side, and that's Kittinger on the left. And and this is again out at Paris for the Hall of Fame. All right. Okay, so now that the record has all been done, all right, and all of that, of course, somebody has to come along and break that record. All right. On 24 October 2014, Alan Eustace, who is the senior vice president of Google, using a pressurized rigid suit suspended from a balloon, ascended to 135,890 feet. He was then cut away from the balloon and free fell, although he had a drogue, to 12,500 feet. He achieved a top speed of 822 miles per hour and had 4 minutes and 22 seconds of free fall time. So Alan Eustace currently holds the record for, like Kittinger did, holds the record for highest parachute jump, but Baumgartner still holds the record for highest free fall jump. So that's about all I've got, I think. All records are made to be broken. Quote from Red Auerbach. So I would assume that at some point in time, somebody's going to try and break the record and will probably be successful. But we'll have to see. They may get killed doing it. And I am all done.
All right. Thank you, Jim. All right. Thank you very much for that. Anybody have any questions for Jim?
Yeah, because I can answer just about anything. I've been doing this a long time now. This is probably about the 15th or 20th time that I've actually done this this lecture.
Not everybody all at once. Anybody? Let's see. Got a lot of people on watching at home saying great presentation. A lot of them didn't know about this. One of the viewers at home, Gringo, he's asking if you know how many of the challenge coins were produced.
I do not. Not many. There were only 25 a piece. The last time that I saw Art Thompson, I asked him that very question, and he thinks that the 25 or 50 was their minimum order, which is what they only had a minimum order each time they got them done. I have I got all of my when I jumped with Art Thompson. That's how I got my mission completed coin. Was he gave me one as a souvenir. All right, so that got me searching for coins, and the other two I have gotten on eBay. The third, the one that I do not have, I've been searching forever and can't seem to find one. And the guy and the welder that has it, he don't want to give it up. I've tried.
Yeah, Clarence.
How fast do you go to have to burn up in the atmosphere?
Yeah, Clarence asked, how fast do you have to be going to burn up in the atmosphere?
you got to be going really fast. Nowhere near as fast as that. I would have, because he didn't even get warm. So I would assume probably 1,500 to 2,000 miles an hour, somewhere in that neighborhood. You got to be
Brian
moving
might-
right along.
I'll just comment that to get to orbit, you need to reach Mach 12.
Mach
And so
12.
he's
Okay.
And he's talking about Mach 1.
Yeah. So really fast.
Yeah.
That's what they can fall.
But yeah, like suborbital stuff can still burn up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about how fast the rocket takes you. There's no rockets.
I'm just saying, things crash and burn up in the atmosphere all the time. Even things falling from low orbit stuff.
Yeah, but everything in orbit's going 10 times faster than.
What about geosynthesis? That's still count.
It's going that same speed, but it's so far away that it's. Yeah.
The fastest, if they're geosynthesis, they're not going fast compared to Earth.
They're still going fast. It's just that the vantage point moves with the rotation of the Earth. It's like how things appear to be moving. When you're driving down the freeway, the points in the distance don't appear to pass that quickly. I have a comment about challenge coins with Stratosphere. If you go up to Edwards Air Force Base, which I'm not sure if I was there on official business, so I'm not sure if you can get to the gift shop without other access, but they have challenge coins for NASA stratospheric projects that would go really nicely with this challenge coin if you're looking for things to add to your set.
I will definitely have to look into that. Yeah, I'm retired military, so yeah, I can get there without any problem at all.
Sure.
That's sweet. Thanks, Brian. And for those of you at home that don't know Brian, if he sounded like he knew what he was talking about, he works for NASA, so he kind of knows the thing. He's like a rocket scientist.
I spend most of my day thinking about spaceships.
Nice. Any other questions for Jim? I know we had one here in the chat was wondering to know, Jim, if you had any idea of values of these coins, for the challenge coins.
I don't think I paid more than $50 for any of the coins that I got off of eBay. All right, they're yeah, and that's one of the nice things about challenge coins is that they are everywhere, and you can as far as a challenge coin, as far as a subject matter, you can find them on everything. Like I said, I'm retired military, and and my specialty while I was in the Navy was I used to build sea mines, underwater mines. All right, and so I have a specialty collection on mine warfare commands, mine sweeping, and the mine commands that actually built them, the stuff that I was doing. So yeah, you can find anything as far as a challenge coin that to collect. The subject matter is almost limitless with challenge coins.
I'm surprised you're doing this presentation, Jim, before you have that final fourth one, because now you got so much more competition searching eBay, I think.
Yeah, good luck with that, because everyone that I have seen on eBay, I have bought.
Okay. Another person in chat, Chris Hodson, asks if you know if the body experiences any physical concussion or impulse or anything like that when you hit sonic boom.
No, he didn't even know that it happened to him.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but you also got to remember too, he was on his back spinning, and he was very close to redding out. Wow. So since you're enclosed in a pressure suit, yeah, it would be unlikely that you'd feel anything. I mean, I've gone about 200 miles an hour in normal free fall, in a full dive, and didn't feel a thing. I mean, everything is relative to you. It's just like the wind blowing. So it's not, very fast, of course, but yeah, you don't really notice a whole lot of speed sensation there.
Cool. Yeah, Brian was saying the air is real thin, so it doesn't feel as strong. Makes sense.
Right. Yeah, you won't feel a whole lot there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't feel, and that's the reason that he was unable to feel it when he started to go out of control and started to spin. By the time he realized that he was starting to spin, he probably didn't even know it, and by that time he didn't have enough working air at the time to actually start to turn and counter that reaction. Usually I can feel it in my hands and feet when I'm turning and moving forward in free fall.
Ron, you got a question?
Yeah, okay, what altitude is 0 G? I mean, there's got to be a maximum that can go before they're not gonna fall.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron was, I don't know if you heard that. He said, what altitude do you get 0 Gs where you won't be able to even fall? Do you know? Or do you have to be going in orbit for that to happen?
You don't cancel gravity until you're in orbit.
Yeah. So even if you went up another 100,000, you're still coming down to Earth. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that gives it a lot of room for us to set a new record.
Lots of room, yeah. Just need a bigger balloon, right?
Yeah, a lot bigger balloon. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to even get balloons that high. That's really getting up there, especially with any kind of weight on them.
Very good. All right, I think that's probably it for questions. But thanks again, Jim. Really appreciate you giving us that presentation.
All righty.
And they're thanking you for going into the darkness to get internet connection.
As a matter of fact, I'm about to head home. I believe I'll probably just click off of here. I have a CSNA meeting in the morning that I have to set up and do. So,
boy. Back to the top of the mountain.
No, I got to go into Hemet because the ex-president of CSNA lives there, so we're going to do it from his house.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, have a good meeting, and thanks again, Jim. Appreciate it.
All right, have fun.
Yep, thank you. All right, everybody, that was great. I think we'll go into our show and tell. Don, you got the list of show and tell people there, so we can go ahead and do that. Again, when you guys do show and tell, we got a camera set up here, and if you're talking, this is the microphone up here. Just it'll pick you up as long as you're somewhere up here and talking clearly. But first up for show and tell is Steve. Yeah, I can show those. Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, okay. This is a coin I got at recently. It's from the Atocha. So it's the Nuestra de Señora de Atocha. Mel Fisher, there's been a lot of press on it, so probably familiar with it. Mel Fisher has been looking for the Atocha since 1969. Found the mother lode in July 20th, 1985. But back in 1973, they found some silver bars. And sometime in 1975, his son Dirk Fisher found 5 bronze cannons. Then July 21st, 1975, Dirk, his wife Angel, and a diver last name is Gage. The boat capsized. They died. And this is all in 75, and then they really were finding the ship around 80. There was a lot of fights with the Florida court system, but they found the mother lode in 1985. The reason I mention this in this particular coin, this coin was found in 1975. So it was found 10 years before they found the mother lode, sometime around the time that his son died. And so it's a grade 3. If you look at it, it's a grade 3 coin, bordering on grade 2. As you can see some of the details. It's a Potosi 8 Realis, Sayer B, and for comparison, I have an AU55 graded NGC coin that is the same type, just not sea salvage. And so you can kind of see the details on it. I guess it's
Right.
kind of cool.
Well, thanks, Scott. Hey, Steve, sorry. Thanks, Steve. Scott's next. Thank you. And you can set show and tell right up there, and people can look at them during the break. Yep.
Yeah, back in 1966, I belonged to the Bishop Coin Club up in Owens Valley, and they had their 100-year Inyo County centennial, and they decided to make some coins our club did, and then so I purchased that set that has a silver and a bronze commemorating the Swoon Princess and California and all the popular places in Inyo County. So, well, I thought that was kind of neat.
Very nice. Yeah, again. Thank you. Ron's up next.
I brought some typesets. I think I got to where I got a little bit better. I was able to buy this old book, and then I got this falling out. Got this old one for my granddaughter, and then I just bought this typeset, which is all I could find lately.
Yeah.
For my other granddaughter. So,
very nice.
But I'm still looking for a better Whitman because the quarter keeps falling out.
Yeah. And this is the 20th century one. Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
They're all 20th century.
Very nice. All right, we'll show this last one here too.
That was my first set there, the one you're showing now.
Now, this one's in pretty good shape. I see a lot of these times the pages start deteriorating, but this one's in good shape. All right, thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. Dennis. Dennis is there. That's it.
I brought in a little medal from the Carson City Mint. This side that's showing is made from a canceled Morgan Dollar die that they recovered at the site. And normally the reverse of this has an engraving of the press that it was made on at the mint, but this one's blank. And I showed this to, I forgot I had it with me, but I showed it to a dealer right at the end of Long Beach, and he kind of got excited. So maybe it's a good one.
Maybe. Cool. Thanks, Dennis. Richard, you're up. Go to the next one. We can do that. How about Greg? Greg's got a couple show and tells. Take your time.
This is an article out of the LA Times in December. Two women mark a first for U.S. currency. Janet Yellen, Secretary of the Treasury, and Lynn Mulbera, U.S. Treasurer, signed currency, and they were the first time that two ladies were on any U.S. currency as the Secretary of the Treasury and Treasurer of the United States. That was the first time. And also, Lynn Mulbera was the first Native American in this in that position.
Nice.
Now, the second one, I'm the paper guy, and one aspect of paper collecting is called ad notes or advertising currency. And usually they try to make them look very much like the old currency, but this rose jelly is a popular one because the note is very artistic and colorful, and this was basically snake oil, a snake oil thing. Let me have that back, and I'll read you. And it was guaranteed to fix deafness, toothaches, for the hair, removal of dandruff, skin disease, tetters, and I looked up tetters, and that's any kind of eruptive like boils and stuff like that. Let's see, tetters, earache, ingrown toenails, sore eyes, piles, stings of insects, frostbite frostbite feet, chafed hands, burns, pimples or sores on the face or about the nose, mouth, or eyes, warts, corns, bunions, poison, sore throats, an old thing, cataract. I couldn't find the name in it. And also, by the way, for horses, for sore horses, bruises or cuts on horses. So this was truly one of the original snake oil things to begin with. There you go.
It's a cure-all.
It's a come on, but yeah, it's a cure-all. It'll cure you. It'll cure you of your money.
Don't be jelly.
And let's see, this was, let's see, how much did it cost again? 40 cents a box. Okay. Oh, 10, 25, and 40 cents a box. First class in every respect, and is worth $10 to any family. And it's guaranteed. There you go.
They can buy it for 40 cents, but it's worth $10.
Yeah. All sorts of things.
Well, great.
All
Thanks
right.
for sharing that, Greg.
Well, this is, I'm going to guess, right around early teens, 1900, 1910, somewhere around there.
Richard,
Yeah,
you ready?
This is very interesting, though. That's why I took a little time with this. I had to find these coins. These two coins were sent to the grading service. A customer of mine, I bought the collection, and I paid him like 30 or 40 bucks less than what the coins were worth because he had the little paper slips on them. He had them in a book. So he went to sell the whole thing, okay? So I sold it, put them back to the grading service. So I send these into PCGS. One is a 13S Type 1 Buffalo nickel. When I sent it in, I have a picture of the coin in the holder. It says uncirculated clean, okay? And it said it had edge damage. Well, I didn't believe that because I had the slip for the other coin. It was in a 66 holder when I first got it. So I sent it to NGC, came back in a 66. PCGS said it was uncirculated with damage, so they detailed it. Now I have a three-legged buffalo too, that they also put down there that it was detailed. Same grade, VF35. It's now in an NGC holder, VF35, and it's not detailed. I got the pictures of the coins here. So this tells you what kind of incompetency PCGS has over there right now. Here's the 37D3 leg in the PCGS holder. It says detail. And here it is now in the NGC holder, VF35.
Maybe NGC is just loose.
No.
So you're not happy with PCGS right now?
I had 6 months to get the coins back because they have nobody knows how to grade it. If you got baseball cards, it's 11 months right now. They have 8 million cards to be printed. Okay, here's the other one here. Here's the 13S Type 2, or Type 1. It says edge repaired of details, Type 1. That is this coin right here. It's in a 66 holder, which it should have been to begin with, because it was in a PCGS 66 holder. I have the little tag, I didn't bring it with me. But I just want to tell you what's going on. Don't send anything to PCGS right now, because they're calling. And it's 4 to 6 months to get one. You're going to take them, send them to NGC right now. If you want to get NGC or Annex right now, I would send them to PCGS right now because they're incompetent. Yes?
How long did it take to get it from NGC?
NGC, I put them at the fun show, which was January the 3rd, and I got them back.
A month. Yeah.
A month. About a month, yeah. But their accounting is all screwed up too. We've been going too crazy with the paperwork with that. They got a new system. They want the money up front. They bill you as soon as you put them in instead of waiting until after they've graded the coins, and then you have upgrades or whatever it is, and then they charge you extra. So you try to figure it out, and they combine it all together. You try to figure out what did they pay for the grading. So
They hit you twice.
So they hit you twice, and they've double billed me a couple of times. And the thing is, I have it on my credit card, so then I call them, hey, what is this? And it takes 2 hours every time I talk to them like 4 times in the last 2 weeks.
So I send everything to Annex.
Yeah, Annex is a good thing. They are strict too. So if you're gonna do it, go with NGC or Annex. CAC is coming out with their grades. I'm waiting to see what their coins and what it looks like. I hear they're gonna be really strict. And PCGS, they've been told, if you're not sure about the coin, put details on it, so you resubmitted it. And it's questionable color, that, on copper, forget, don't send anything copper in PCGS. I got a coin that just came back. I have the little thing. It was in a AU-53 holder, PCGS. I sent it to PCGS, came back, except clean details. I sent it to NGC, it's over here, it's an AU-55, it's in a regular holder. I figured between a 50 and a 55, and it came back 55 NGC, so. But, like I say, they do not have the knowledge of these people they got there, they've got novice. And I had a lot of red, I sold so many Lincoln sets at Indians at Long Beach, they're all like 1 grade under. Or if you had a red coin, they called it red brown, and they looked just like the red ones. And if it was a 65, they put the 64, and they flew out. They flew out. I had a couple of nice collections. Yeah.
Something changed more recently. Yes, I know that a year ago, I sent something pretty good, but it's second year and a half.
Well, within about a year and a half ago, when David Hall left, he's gone, okay? What they did, this guy, supposedly he's a part owner of New York Mets, and he's always interested in creating baseball cards. He's in the baseball card, and he don't care about the points. He bought the company. It was, I don't know, 750 million or something like that.
It was a big number.
He bought it just so he could have the grading service, so he could grade baseball cards. And he really didn't care about the coins. If you go to the Long Beach Coin Show now, I would say a third of it is now sports cards and memorabilia now. It's not all coins anymore. So
You'll know if when you call PCGS and talk to their customer service, you'll know the difference.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't answer.
They don't answer. Oh, we've already made our quota for the day. Sorry.
You call them at 9:30 in the morning. We've reached our call volume for the day. Please try again tomorrow. Okay.
No,
No, they don't.
That's competition. They don't want them to. So
Yes.
if you want to go to NGC and get coins graded like the GSAs, which I recommend if you're going to get them, don't get PCGS slabs. They look like bookmarks like this, and you can't put them in your boxes. They don't fit in there. They're about that thick, each one of them.
But ANAX is at all the Long Beach shows. They do the Buena Park shows.
Yep.
They do a lot of local shows, and it's half the price of the others, and they finish them just as quick. And unless you have like super high grade, high end stuff, you'll get just as much money selling them in an ANAX. Anyway.
I had 61 and 62 lids and Saints, and I sent them to Annex because I wasn't going to wait 3 months to get the gold back. You don't know what the market's going to be in 3 months on gold. You know, it fluctuates so much, and I just got tired of it. I said, look, I sent a coin in, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and it comes back, and I says, that's not what that grade is. I had a coin, one more, and I'll let you go. I had a coin in an MS64 Plus holder. It was a 1904 $20 gold piece. Feedback PCGS MS64 Plus. Not a 5. It was a 5. It was a $5,000 for a 65 lid. They give me a 4 Plus. So I cracked the holder out, okay? I cracked it out and tried. If you resubmit the coin in the 4 Plus holder, they're going to give you the 4 or 4 Plus. If you crack it out of the holder, you got a chance of being a 65 if you pay the money for it. So I paid the $170 for the one coin to get it resubmitted. It came back in a 63 holder. Anyway.
Well, thank you, Richard.
I'll put these up here if you want.
Nobody said it, but they're up here.
That was such a treat for everyone. Richard rarely shares his opinion on anything. This rare treat. Thanks again, Richard. Yeah. No, exactly. No, I mean, I've heard a lot of. We just had the Long Beach show, which is owned by PCGS, and Don's going to get those. And heard a lot of comments about the same situation. Not necessarily just about the grading, but just about their lack of customer service and just not caring about the coins anymore. And it's all about sports cards. And some of the collectors that spend, big bucks doing their PCGS registry sets, and they're starting to show a little concern. And some of them told me they're selling off all their stuff because they're not sure if the brand is going to have as much value in future years if things keep going the way they're going. And it's something to be concerned about if you have a big percentage of your net worth or, their assets in PCGS or any company's holders. So if the market stops going for them, you never know. All right, next up we have Phil Iverson.
When I looked at the calendar to find out about the meeting this month, I noticed it was February 10th, and I said, well, what can I find to coincide with February 10th? Well, I'm going through a couple things here, and I found a check from the Pacific Express Company, dated February 10th, 1887. That's a neat little item. Pardon?
Is that your birthday?
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's the amount of $7, and back in 1887, it was a big amount of money. Yes, it happens to be my birthday, just a month, and not the year. Okay, I also have another one here, which is from the Bank of China. It's a very, very unusual note. I was able to go through a bunch of dealers' boxes, looking at old stuff, looking at checks, other things, and just happened to spot that, and that was kind of cool, and I thought it was nice.
It was 1944. Wow.
How about that? And so I decided to buy it. I'm still looking for things that are dated February 10th. I have another item at home. I didn't bring it with me, but since today's my birthday, I just thought I'd bring it in and share with you. And I also share the birthday with other people. Actor Jimmy Durante, Olympic champion Mark Spitz, George Stephanopoulos, who worked for the Clinton. Harold Macmillan, who was a former Prime Minister of Great Britain. Leontine Price, who was an opera star. Another actor, Robert Wagner. Last but not least was Roberta Flack, the singer.
No, my sister-in-law's birthday's today too.
Oops.
My sister-in-law.
Well, good. I'll have to add her to my list.
Happy birthday to all of them.
I'm happy to share my birthday with all these people and with all of you here too.
Well, happy birthday, Phil. Thanks. Nick.
Well, last month I was at the Fun Coin Show, which is the Florida United Numismatist Show held in Orlando, Florida. And this is the bag for the show. I don't know if you can show that, but this is the show guide.
Well, I know someone that's going to want that bag, right, Gringo? He collects all space stuff.
Well, yeah, it was a space theme, and so they also had some souvenirs, and they had this little moon ball. And actually, it says, the show right on there. And
Is it a stress ball?
Looks like it.
yeah, I think so. And then this is the guide for the displays, the educational displays. And I brought some of the auction catalogs. They were auctioning off part of the Harry Bass collection from the ANA, and some other fantastic coins. And I was fortunate enough to get a chance to look at them in the auction lot viewing. And
Yeah, there's some amazing stuff in that collection.
yeah,
Never see it again.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Just holding it for a few moments was just really amazing. I've been to the ANA's headquarters. It's been a while, but I was there about half a dozen times, and every time I went, I had to go look at those coins because they're just so amazing. And there's, I think, two that are unique. That's it. It's
Yeah, I
the
think
only
this
one there is. And then I also went to Disney World and I got some Crescenta souvenirs, inexpensive souvenirs. And then they also had these medallions, and it's the 50th anniversary for Disney World. So they have 50 on there. And then finally, I only really made one purchase, but I think it was a really good purchase. I bought this from Charmy, Penny Lady, and it's a coin I've wanted for a long time. And so this is the 1922 Lincoln cent with the no D.
Nice. It's XF45 too. Sweet. Well, very nice, Nick. Thank you very much. And this is your ticket. So all right, I have not shown my show and tell yet, so I'll do that real quick. You guys saw yesterday on, if you watched on YouTube, I gave away a sample slab from Vault Box that I got at the show. This is another sample slab I got at the Long Beach show. This is from Whatnot, and a lot of you guys are asking, what's Whatnot? Exactly. Anyway, they were giving away these quarters, and it says 2023 Winter Long Beach on them. It's a Maya Angelou quarter, but it's some app that they made us download on our phone, and apparently you can do auctions and sell a bunch of crap on there. But I don't know if I'm going to try it, but apparently because I downloaded this and got this coin, I got a $10 credit on my Whatnot account right now, which I don't know if that means it's $10 of credit off of fees for selling, or maybe I can go buy something for $10. I don't know. What's that?
Use it on the auction.
I can use it on auctions? Okay. But they gave us one of these, and some of these have been selling on eBay too, and some of them going for quite a bit. It's a Maya Angelou quarter. It's the new 2022.
Sample slab.
Yeah. Thank you.
I know I have one extra. I have one extra. Who didn't? I gave you a ticket. It's right there.
Well, somebody took 2 lines there if you're just looking at the numbers.
No. I counted. I don't see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. What color is it? Blue.
Well, we still got some more people that probably want to do show and tell. Brian, you got show and tell?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you get one or no? Oh, okay. There it is.
So I've been collecting the American Innovation dollars, and last year the mint made it hard to buy them from the mint. I don't know what was going on there, but I went and got some at the last coin show in Van Nuys, paying a premium for them. But then this year, the new ones don't seem to be hard to get anymore, at least the Ohio ones that went on sale about 2 weeks ago. And so those showed up in my mailbox yesterday, and I've got, so those are $2023. Ohio is honoring the Underground Railroad, and I'd say it's one of the neatest designs of the series, showing 2 hands clasped, one with the chains being broken, chains of bondage being broken.
It's just a real shame that they don't add any of these American Innovation coins in any of the proof or mint sets. Just like the S Mint quarters. It's like you would think if you buy the mint set, you should get one of every coin.
Yeah.
But
and you
a lot of collectors don't even know about these.
They sell a proof set that's separate from the regular issue proof set, and they sell a reverse proof set, which I really like the series now, because you get the 2 uncirculated ones, the P and the D that I just showed you here, and then you get the 2 types of proof, and it sets up real nice in a book.
So Brian, they're asking in chat, they're dying to know, do you play Kerbal Space Program?
Well, I don't know what that
Video
means.
game.
Nope, I do not.
He plays Kerbal Space Program for real, though. He like really makes satellites and puts things into orbit. For real, not a video game.
Yeah. So the program that's going to get my hardware to space is called Vader.
Oh, nice.
Nice. And yeah, if I could explain it, I would.
Very nice. Well, thanks for sharing those, Brian. Appreciate it. Anybody else have a show and tell? Ed. Sure.
So this is a half pond, in 1895 half pond. It's a South African gold coin. I got it because I like the color. I understand gold can get this kind of color when it's sitting in a leather pouch for a long time. I've heard people say that they've come across old gold coins where the leather is kind of deteriorated around the whole thing, but then here's this coin. It's got this nice orange color to it also. I don't know. I've heard tannins, I know, but who knows? I'll ask these questions forever on how coins get colored. And unless you've seen it and sat there and watched it, right, for 60 years or 40 years, how will anyone ever know? Probably just a cumulative, right?
Cool.
But I got it because it kind of, the color, the look, and then of course just the whole mineral revolution in South Africa. I think gold was discovered there and the Fitzwaters ran in 1886. And so it's kind of got it. And then just reading the history of the Boer War and all, it's kind of a, I mean, not the most wonderful history, some American history, some history isn't, but this coin has kind of a vibe to it with the haunting look, and that's why I got it.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Anyone else with show and tell? Clarence, and then Mike after that. Yep.
I bought like a digital caliper. So, because like you have a scale on a digital caliper, any gold coin is going to have the exact same number if you take the weight divided by the volume it takes up. I thought, oh, this is a perfect way to tell for gold. Then I find out tungsten almost weighs the exact same. You know, I hear it's harder to do, and it's hard to press tungsten into shapes. I think, I got this figured out. Then I look at the specific gravity for tungsten and gold are like almost identical. Nothing else is close, but those two things are the same. So that I was thinking, hey, this is a great idea. And then I did a little more research that okay, it's not that great. So anyway, let's not share that.
Yeah, I've heard of people. I haven't heard people doing that with coins with tungsten, but I've heard of people like in gold bars drilling them out and filling them with tungsten. And yeah,
It puts like a 5-ounce bar of tungsten in 5 ounces of gold and sell it for 10 bucks. So it's good. Yeah, you can stick outside.
Yeah, so even if you scan it with all the things, it yeah. That's why a lot of times if you go sell like a big bar of silver or anything, like the dealer's gonna want to drill it because they don't know what's inside of it. That's crazy. So buy fractional stuff, small stuff.
Nothing else weighs the same.
That's wild.
So the platinum weighs a little bit more, everything else weighs less. Or I guess there's some exotic metals you don't see. But, right.
So when you use one of those tests.
Yeah, I was trying to do it on the cheap where you cost $10, $15 to figure it out. No, it doesn't quite work.
So I don't know how long they've had the W quarters out, 6 or 7 years or whatever it is.
2019, I think was the first one.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
19 and 20.
Yeah.
So, and I've always looked, I never bought boxes of quarters at the bank, but I bought rolls sometimes, and I've always looked, et cetera, and I always put them aside on the little box. So I thought they'd bring the box here to show you, but, oh wait, I think I forgot it. Oh, that's right, I never found a W quarter.
Any other show and tells? All right, Don's gonna. I'm in it, so I'm not gonna pick. So Don's gonna pick a few winners from show and tell to get some extra raffle tickets. And I'm gonna start putting some prizes down here under the table here that we showed off at the end of last meeting, and these will be given away here real quick to people that commented on our last YouTube video. So if you're sitting here in the room and you haven't done it, you want a chance to win some of this, you can get on your phone and comment on our January meeting real quick. And those of you at home can do the same thing. Otherwise, you don't have a chance to win these.
All right, for 2 tickets, one blue tickets, or blue ticket, you're gonna get blue ticket. 100499. Gives you 2 more chances.
If you did show and tell, you got ticket 499.
Yep.
There's somebody. Ed got it.
One 100504. 4 tickets.
That's right near me.
I know. Let me get it there. Oh, man. All right, and this is for 6 tickets. 100505.
Dang it, you went the other way.
There you go, good sir.
All right, let's see here. I got to bring up the YouTube random comment picker here to pick some winners here. And they're not going to be able to see this at home unless I do something about that. I did this wrong. Hold on, I got to go get the right link. So if you guys have not put a response in, let's see here. That's a weird link that it's doing there. Shoot. All right, Gringo's got the comment video in, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and obtain the YouTube comments. I'm gonna give you guys like about 30 seconds to join in. And those of you guys here in the room, if you guys aren't gonna do this part of it, we can go ahead and start the break and you guys can start looking at auction lots and everything. We're just gonna pick the winners here. Then I'm gonna show some prizes for next month that you'll be able to, if you leave a comment on this meeting when it becomes a video, you'll have a chance to win that. Just a way to involve the people watching at home on YouTube in part of our online raffles and fun, since they can't be here to buy raffle tickets and participate in the auction. So thanks again to the moderators who put in the link there. And I'm trying to figure out how to do this here. January 2023 meeting. I'm gonna go ahead and get the YouTube comments, but it's saying I got the wrong video URL. It's being weird. But let me go ahead and fix that. I can fix that. It's a weird like share thing that they're doing there. Obtain YouTube comments. It's giving me an error. Did they not want me to let me do this? Let's try this. There's the video link right there. Try this one more time. Sorry about this, guys. Filter duplicate users. Obtain YouTube. That is, I don't know what's playing though. I got something playing in the background. There, let me close that. Okay. I think it's yeah, it was the YouTube random comment picker was picking up they had ads on it. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pick the winners. Right now, I'm just not able to share my screen, so you're just gonna have to trust that I'm reading off the right names. Those in the room here can see that we're doing it correct. But the first winner, the prize is gonna be this California quarter signed by, well, with a card signed by the designers of the concept of the quarter, Garrett and Michelle Burke. And the winner of that is going to be, let's see who gets that, the lucky James Eller. All right, that's lucky James Eller. Congratulations. Next up is an encased Lincoln cent. It's in a lucky cent holder. This was donated to the club by Dorian, DNL Bullion, and also a Lincoln cent with a cross card or cutout into it. The winner of that is, pick another winner, Tony Woods. Tony Woods. After that, someone's going to win $3. This is a PDS Susan B. Anthony set, 1979 PDNS from Littleton. The winner of that is Getting Out to It. Getting O to It. Okay, Getting Round to It, I guess is the profile picture name. So Getting O to It. And again, if you want anything, you guys got to send me an email to claim your prize. Next up is a James Buchanan proof dollar, NGC MS69 Ultra Camo. The winner of that one is Just W. Just W gets the Monroe presidential dollar. Just W. And we got a couple of banknotes. These were donated to the club by Greg Berkovitz. First up is this one here. It's a peso note from Colombia. And the winner of that one is CR. Just C space R. CR says, great showing, Greg, from the last meeting. You like the presentation? And last but not least, we're going to give away this one here. It's a note from Venezuela. Real cool note. Again, donated to the club by Greg after his presentation last month. The winner of that one is JW Undiscovered. And he comments, yellow. So very, very nice. So thank you guys for being a part of that. Next month, we'll do a couple more giveaways at the end of the meeting. You'll have to leave a comment on this month's meeting. We have here, it's a polished 1915 Mexican centavo. And then we have 3 1965 silver Mexican pesos to give away next month. So make sure you guys leave a comment after this becomes a video. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching, and we're going to go ahead and have our break here at the meeting, and then we'll do our auction and raffle. But unfortunately for you guys on YouTube, you can't play anymore. So anyway, thanks again for joining us here, and we will see you next month.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.